doing our last bits of literally the last night's worth of modifications, fixing, finalising, whatever you want to call it. So we've managed to pick up the trailer. The trailer came yesterday. It was a bargain, but we knew it had a couple of issues, but
it's fucked.
Yeah, it's really not as nice as we hoped that it was going to be better, put it that way. So we come test the lights. Like, well, okay, the connector for the 7-pin was not there, so we had to get a spare one, put it on, and we had, what was it, Sam? Just fog light and one brake light. I went check back for the wiring, thinking could have made an issue. No, my wiring was fine. Went to go and check if I had sound. Check these, and
yeah, we've got a nice corroded that and snapped off terminals into the rear light unit, so yeah, new loom is needed.
Yeah, these are all ruined. So for the time being, we're going to go tomorrow morning, bright and early, pick up a new trailer board for this. And just chuck that on the back of the Polar. Yeah, I'll sit on the back of the car, that'll do the job. We put a spare wheel on, but didn't come with one. So we found a coarser steel.
No, that's off of the Polar. That's okay, the Polo's original wheel.
That's my original wheel, because these take Vauxhall steels, you said, want it?
Yeah, so the Polo wheel will fit. It's not the right tyre size, but I've also got, I think it's that tyre. Yeah, that tyre's got a lot of perishing. It's the only tyre that hasn't been replaced since the trailer was new. I've ordered a new tyre to come into my work tomorrow morning, hopefully around 10 o'clock in the morning. So then I've cleared it with my boss that I can go in and fit that tyre to that. And I'm going to put 2 Bridgestones on the front of the Polo.
So, on the Polo, obviously, of course, that one in there. So
we've got 2 mismatch, cheap brand tyres on.
Yeah, there's no good when you're trying to get grip at 100 something mile an hour. So that's the trailer situation. Hopefully, it towed back all right, didn't it, Sam? So we're not too worried about that side of things. But it's a nice big enough one anyway. But that was cutting it close getting that. Otherwise we've had to improvise and borrowed a triaxle and a 3.5 tonner.
To sell me at that early. He wanted to keep it for another week.
So right, if we go back in, we're also doing the final before show prep. We've got Dave out here in his Polo, little audio car. We'll have some bits on this in the future, but it's just wiring a DSP into it at the moment. We meant to do it today, but didn't get quite around to finishing it. MOT prep for this morning, so he's hard at work, wiring and securing and, what do you say, bodging?
No, hardly working.
Oh, hardly working. I thought it's a bodging. I was like, that's probably the same. So I'll go back inside. But, fuel tank is taking shape over here. Liam's working on that. Hopefully not too long left. That's the last piece of the puzzle. So we had yesterday where the car wasn't running at all. There was one grounding issue that we found, sorted that. ECU were then, I couldn't read it, but we still had nothing from the fuel pump. Checked back through it, and for some reason we put 12 volt direct to the pump. Obviously the car started up. Then we put the original loom back in and it worked again. So don't know why. The battery is, the tray is now secured down. I need to get the 30mm little plate to retain the battery. Tighten up terminals and we're good to go on that. The lights are wired in, if I can you see there. A little bit of light, so if we're moving around at night or whatever, then
basically for the drive back up the street.
So it should be okay for that. Yeah, so the rest of this wiring, we're either going to try and do it before we go, if we can tonight, or if not, it's when we get there. We'll spend going over all of this. It takes on, so that's pretty much most of the bits. We've still got ideally 2 bits to lengthen, the MAF to go up, obviously stock doesn't reach. You've also got the lambdas, which we actually don't have yet. I meant to check mine today if I actually had some, because obviously these weren't in that one. If not, we've got that A3 3.2 there, the donor car. Well, one of our donor cars.
It's not actually a donor car, it's one that was meant to be fixing, but we keep stealing bits off of it.
Yeah.
So all that's actually wrong with it is it needs a timing chain, which is in the box behind you.
So yeah, that is the thing in the future. We literally bought the cheapest timing chain kit for a
£72 delivered.
So for an R32. So well, I don't know, but anyway, more on that in the future. So if we can get the lambdas out, that would be ideal. But if not, it's just going to be send it. That's pretty much the motto as it goes. So all on that, fingers crossed. This next one will be us loading it up, or maybe even a little pull outside. We hope. Just about to get it running and get it going out. The tank is done and on. It is not going anywhere. So done a little DIY breather using a tyre valve coming out of this. It's going to be cable tied out of the way, of course. Say for the breather, I don't know if I just said that or not, but for the pump we've used a stock Leon Cooper R pump. Obviously it should supply enough fuel that we need. We was going to have a strap that goes on top of it, but it is gone midnight now, I think. Is it gone midnight, Laura?
No, it's 11:30.
Okay, it's 11:30.
Nearly midnight.
Nearly midnight. So the ratchet strap will do. So it's not going anywhere. So this thing is well in. The loom is not really secured in place yet. It is to a point, but I want to go back over when we're there this weekend and go over everything. ECU is mounted down using the stock Mark 4 tray. Some of the other loom say still yet to be done and extended. All cable tied up, everything done on and just about ready. The only thing that's going to be an issue is obviously being this late at night, and where the unit is, there is quite a few houses around, so this is going to deafen people, but you know, shit happens, that needs must and all, so we don't do it all the time, if not ever, so one night's not going to work. Just getting the fuel lines on and sorted, ready to make its maiden voyage. So next shot definitely will be this thing leaving here.
Very loud.
On its own accord. Maiden voyage, start up. Are you putting the belts on or not? Ready? Laura, I don't know if you want to stand there because that's going to deafen you.
It is loud.
We could probably do with moving this tool trolley out of the way. I ain't standing too close. But that's definitely. Okay, that rockets and makes a bit of a racket. I think that's where we're going to end this video here. It starts, run, drives, wheel spins, donuts. So that's it. It's done. It's ready to go. Let's load it up on the trailer, take it down, and then hopefully do some testing down the pod to make sure that the thing goes straight. But there we go. That's it. Way it is.